veiligheidskaart in de zak van uw stoel voor het vertrek. Het bevat belangrijke veiligheidsinformatie die specifiek is voor dit vliegtuig.
I'm at London Gatwick Airport this morning, and I have a 4-hour layover, so it's time to explore color theory and the aesthetics of capitalism. Airports are basically a caricature of the outside world. Each shop and service within an airport is directly tied to the society's economic game, but here they're held captive within a liminal transitional space. Some rules are relaxed a little bit, but others are tightened. I'm always astounded by restaurants in airports, which have ingredients and cooks just like any other place, but with the added complication of being at the airport. The logistics that go into supplying a myriad of establishments with fresh food and other products, plus perfume and hats that tell you where you are, this is something I don't think I'll fully understand. But as a graphic designer and anthropologist, all I'm qualified to explore in 4 hours is the matter of semiotics, the study of signs and symbolism. I started my morning at a quaint farmhouse in Sussex. Well, no, it was more like a set for a play, where the play is about a 9 quid sausage breakfast sandwich that is literally one halved sausage between 2 slices of bread. But I'm surrounded by green walls and chairs and cups and whatever, so hey, this place is authentic, healthy, and hygienic. At this airport, all the important navigation information is in yellow. I'm a bit unnerved by this because yellow to me says warning or caution. But in any case, yellow captures attention, so I see what they were going for. I think the signs are yellow at Amsterdam Schiphol as well, but it's a better yellow. Health and senior assistance is represented by teal. I feel like this is consistent across hospitals I remember from the US as well. Teal represents calmness, serenity, balance. The most pervasive color at this particular airport is blue. Blue represents connectedness, trust, and security. That's why every social media platform uses blue, to pretend that they represent those things. Here it covers currency exchange stands to subconsciously reassure you that your transactions will be official and secure. In addition, I felt strange filming them, but the border force wears blue to convey authority. In fact, much of the border is produced or denoted by the security and trust associated with blue. That's why I'm always a bit thrown by the chromatic split between the border for those with Global North passports and all other passports. So yeah, what does orange mean? I was afraid this rest of the world bullshit was the type of orange to convey hazardous the way a traffic cone might, or work in progress the way a construction sign does. But I think I'm being too cynical. After all, it's really not like the British to be condescending. Orange also represents lots of great things like freedom, energy, EasyJet, and the Dutch. So yeah, let's say it's one of those. Now red is an interesting color. Here it represents plastic, unsustainable and bad. But red can also entice you, or turn you away. But in many cases, it also represents danger. On the other hand, we have black. Black is probably the second most used color at the airport in one particular section. Black represents luxury and premium quality. We also have these warm browns and golds to represent relaxation, and chrome reflects vanity. The duty-free section is the most ideological section at the airport. It really makes you think, are these companies really competitors? Because they seem to be spending a lot of time together. Well, get ready to feel vain again. They're competing for you. Everybody wants your attention. But they're playing it cool by using black, pretending they're better than you. You should be after their attention. Yeah. That's why it litters the walls of the duty-free aisles, in every single brand and big smell. Now, speaking of olfactories, let's talk about this aesthetic. Color isn't the only way you're being influenced. Many places present themselves as industrious and authentic, with exposed brick and rough wooden tables. These aren't ubiquitous tropes, these are local businesses. Mom and pop shops where you can grab a no-fuss breakfast, and burgers are only 22 quid. Oh shit, now I really worked myself up. The scale and overstimulation of this kind of unfettered capitalism isn't just present on our streets and online. I mean, the airport is just a transportation hub, like a big waiting room for the bus station of the sky. And I'm here for 4 hours. We're trapped, and they know it. So they turned this waiting room into a no-holds-barred mall. It just makes me angry because these brands seem to be visually competing for my attention, but the employees don't seem to give a fuck about me. I don't mean that as a slight to them. I understand their pain. They work in a waiting room pretending to be a mall. I don't have any suggestions at this time for more peaceful airports. I'm just overstimulated. Most people seem to be as well. It's not like other people are having a great time. We're all doing the best we can given the circumstances. But we don't talk much about it unless something goes horribly wrong. There's not a lot of chit-chat to strangers around these parts. But that's okay. There's too much going on, too many things competing for your attention. So everyone's just having a gin and tonic with their headphones on to block out the noise, trying to keep their attention for themselves, stay in their own little world, just trying to get out or get home.